Yeah.
Donald Trump, the thing is, in New York for like
Queens boy,
he's a Queens boy. Donald Trump, when we were little kids, there was a festival on Cross Bay Boulevard.
What, like the Festival of San Gennaro? And
Yes.
he's Don Cheech dispensing
Yes.
favors to the, is that
We
really?
call it the Festival of January 6th. No, there was a festival when we were little kids, okay? Everybody, this is true, in Queens on Cross Bay Boulevard out in Howard Beach, there was a Howard Beach kind of, festival, like, sausage and pepper stands and Ferris wheels and all that.
So where's Howard Beach like related to Jones Beach?
So Jones Beach is Long Island, Howard Beach is Queens.
So further in.
Howard Beach is like the Italian, real old school Italian neighborhood. And
Right.
at that festival.
With a beach.
Right. I would always go, my dad would take me or my family. We would always go. And as little kids, John Gotti, old mob boss, that's where he lived, his stomping grounds. He owned Howard Beach. And Donald Trump would always be there. And John Gotti and Donald Trump, to a little 10-year-old kid, were awesome. Shaking hands, cotton candy, whatever you want. So the thing is, when you're from New York and the neighborhood I'm from, all of us have, like, at some point in our life, been around an event where Donald Trump has been there, and he is a very, very, very in-person, likable man.
Totally. I met him twice.
Yes.
Once, the Playboy Mansion, it was the Midsummer Night's Dream Party.
Yeah.
So everyone is in either lingerie or men, some sort of sleeping attire.
Sure.
And he had the power suit on.
Yes.
Walking around, did like a lap.
Yes.
In the power suit.
Yes.
And yes, I agree. He was, and I've heard so many people say this, in person, he was charming. In the sense that, and what is the definition of charming? Somebody who's interested in you.
Right.
And that's what we think is charming. And he was. It was like, how you doing? That is a way that a salesman ingratiates himself.
Right.
But yeah, he was not the monster we saw so many times,
I've made a choice. And again, this is just my choice. I'm not saying people at home should do this, but just my choice as a human being. If I don't know you personally, or if I've never met you, I don't really have an opinion on you. I can't go by the edited versions that the media shows me. Like, now I know you as Bill Maher. And I sat down with you for
totally
2 hours, and I'm like, you know what, Bill? I like you, man. I was in your presence. I like you. I can't tell you if I like
you too, man.
If I like Zelensky. You're moving your jeans like you have a fake leg. Like it got blown off and numb. And I don't know Zelensky. I don't know Joe Biden. To be honest, don't even know Donald Trump. So I can't tell you I have an opinion on them. I have an opinion on Jimmy Kimmel. I have an opinion on you, and I could tell you you're great guys because I've met you and I like you.
Okay, I like you too, but that's ridiculous. You absolutely can have an opinion on people in politics.
But how do I know?
Because there are certain things that they do that get reported in a newspaper, certain things that are incontrovertible, including quotes.
But how do I know that you didn't, not you, but the media didn't edit that and take words out?
That's a crazy level of paranoia. I have many, many issues with the New York Times, but when they quote someone directly, I trust the New York Times is quoting the words exactly as they can. They are not doctoring it. So,
but sometimes a clip online on Twitter.
No, what
they're leaving out words or
that's
tone.
Twitter. Well, yes, that's why you should read a newspaper instead of get it from social media, because they can fuck with it that way. Now, what they can do in the New York Times, and what they do is editorialize in the article. Okay. It should be reserved for the editorial page, but they do it on the front page and every page. So does the New York Post in the opposite direction.
Okay.
One of them is conservative and just gives you the conservative point of view, and one of them slants everything toward the liberal, democratic, and very often very woke point of view.
Right.
So they will quote the accurate thing somebody says, but the editorial part comes in with, well, he said 4 things. Which one do we print? If you print one of them, it makes him sound stupid. If you print another one, maybe it sounds reasonable. Those kind of decisions are made, and they do affect how you see somebody. That's why you can't get news only from one source, unless you want to be in a bubble. And I do not want to be in a bubble. And my whole success, really, is about breaking through that bubble and being the anti-bubble guy. I don't have a team.
Right.
That's why I don't have a lot of support in like I will never get nominated for anything, or they'll never put me on a cover of a magazine, things like that, because that's like the establishment. I am not playing in there.
But that's a safer and better way to go. It's more appease,
it's a sacrifice that's worth it.
But
it is.
But what the valuable lesson that I was getting to, that I learned with this sitcom pilot that failed. Okay, it didn't go. Is what the valuable lesson I learned is that you cannot put your career in the hands of the media or the networks. You have to put it in the hands of your fans, and you've done an excellent job of that.
Yeah.
Is your fans are the ones who uphold you, because as you said, you're not getting nominated for these things, but
right.
Your fans don't give a crap.
They don't.
They're supporting you for you, and that's a beautiful thing.
And I think we both understand you could not possibly do both. I could not possibly speak the way I do that makes them such loyal fans.
Right.
And also be, with Meryl Streep at the Golden Globes. It's just, it's just two different universes. And I'm not picking on her, but I mean, like, there are people who are, woke approved and safe, and then there are people who are the opposite of that.
Sure.
I noticed that they are mulling having Ricky Gervais back, which would be awesome, because he is not. He is the one. I got to give him a lot of props to be even considered. And he won the award this year because he's out there as far as upsetting the woke apple cart.
As a comedian, and I would assume you would agree, as a comedian, to me, there is nobody better served for that Golden Globe spot, if we're just talking about comedy, than Ricky Gervais.
The best. He was so great at it.
Ricky Gervais, his scripted shows, when I watch Afterlife, when I watch Derek, when I watch his version of The Office, I look at him and I say,
hey, thanks for watching the clip. Hit the subscribe button now so you never miss out on our Club Random content that's posted daily.